you want to continue in existence, you have to come to the same idea as everybody else. There is one pass mark for Earth School. 540 on the scale of human consciousness. You got to make 540 or better. So if somebody says, well, I'm also tested and I'm a solid 400. And then I'm going to look at my watch and I look at my watch here. If you're a solid 400, you thoroughly understand the English language. You are not at 400 if you're asking me that question. And it just goes on like that. It's a bunch of dumb bunnies who are, is it really 540 or is it 539 and a half, and will you round it up? No, we won't. 540.0. You got to get to 540.0. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, just nothing but zero. 540. That's the number. You got to be at it. And don't tell me about the difference of it. It's all done by God. It's not a computer, and you can't fudge it. Because even if I get hijacked and I get the wrong muscle test number, that's because I'm using the human body. There's other ways that, the people, I don't know. I don't know. Consciousness itself knows where you're at. Because that consciousness itself is the one that gave David Hawkins the permission to test on the scale. He calls it God. Vicious, violent, vicious, horrible, vicious attack on me and my person. Again, vicious, violent people. Violent people using vicious, violent means. Anyways, that's the way it is again and again and again and again and again and again. We're not going to help you out. Everybody understands what a horror this is for me to be attacked, my body hijacked. Pure terrorism. It's gone on for 6 years on this planet. Terrorism. All that shit about ISIS, ISIL, ISIS, all the time on the news. Not at home, in some Hollywood studio, pack of lies, but here at home, terrorism. Against citizens, innocent citizens, terrorism going on by those fucking governments that lie to you all the time, and that fucking news media that lies to you all the time. So, just because, that's the way it is. I can't help you out. Everybody wants to know what else I'm going to tell you, and it's always going to be the same thing. Raise your consciousness. On the scale of human consciousness, by the time you figured it out, it's everywhere on the internet. And people are already talking about Dolores Cannon. Lots of people are hearing about all kinds of different ways to enter into the spiritual world and spiritual study. So get cracking. Double down on it, because there's not going to be that much more time. Because there's not. Because once they get to wherever the critical mass is, then it's going to be, you left behind. And left behind for what? Because I don't understand anything to do with anything. I'm not manifesting anything 5-dimensionally. I'm doing it the old-fashioned way. In the olden days, we got the yellow pages of the phone book, and we looked up alphabetically for B for barber, and we looked down, there's barber, and then we might have gone to H for hair and looked to see what else was there. That's the old 3D way, and it still does work today. Looking up a phone number, phoning. Do you got this item that I'm looking for? Yes or no? How much? Yeah. Well, you hold it. I'll be over there. Blah, blah, blah. Come and get it. But that is not 5-dimensional manifestation. It ain't. Because you need to come to a full, complete understanding that, the world that we're living in here is not the 5D earth. Because we're trying to get people out of 3D Earth because it's full of devils. And if you get out of the 3D Earth, the devils aren't coming. It's the big gate. And we have set the bar at 540, unconditional love. Does it sound so bad? A word with love? In other words, if you want to go to 5D Earth, you got to be full of love. Major, major, major love. Earth angel. You got to be an Earth angel. Because quite often Earth angels are really hassled on planet Earth as being fat and kind of dumb and dippy and very easy to fool with cunning means, very easy to take advantage of. Anyways, unfortunately, the meek, and those people are the meek, the Earth angels that were abused and abused and abused here, because they're empaths, and narcissists take advantage of empaths. Because an empath is a good Samaritan, is always, always, always open-hearted and willing to help out the community. Always, always, always. And a narcissist is like a knife. And they see anybody, anywhere, and they look at somebody who's an open-hearted person as somebody they can take advantage of and rip off and steal and murder. Because that's the way it is, the two poles of what we have here. Service to self, devils, and service to others, people who are going to heaven. Heavenly people. The meek. The meek shall inherit the earth. And that is the truth. And Brett Beeson, the devil, doesn't like me to talk about that because he's a devil. He truly is a devil. No one knows how he came to be a devil at this particular juncture, but you can count him as a human devil. And everything else will be revealed when it comes to me, because I don't know. Anyways, anything else you need to know? Yeah, well, 540, unconditional love. And it's not necessarily something don't assume you're at 540. Because on average, when I did a muscle test here, in Thunder Bay, Canada, I don't know, a few months ago, I got about 220. No, it wasn't that high. It wasn't. It was lower than that. Try about 202. It's below the, I don't know, way below where you need to be. You need to be at 540. 540 out of 1,000. 54%. So people who got, 20.3%, are nowhere near, and 54, it doesn't work that way. I am simplifying quite a bit. Just because the nature of everything, but I got to make it simple so it's easy for you to understand. Anyway, if on average we're at 203, then, you assuming that you're at 540 is stupid. So anyways, I'm demonically attacked. It's a horrific energy that's being sent to me. All day long, the same evil people are here for 6 years. So it's no joke. I am tortured. I'm a light worker, and I'm holding space for you. Above 540 on the scale of human consciousness. I'm a long-time student of David R. Hawkins. 20 years. Plus, ascended everything. All kinds of stuff. I'm a teacher, and that's why I'm being brutally abused by the evil, organized darkness, deep state, Hillary, Killery, you name it. All that shit, all that evil, all of that hatred, evil people in my own life that are looking at me as a mirror, and they're looking at themselves, and they're comparing themselves, and they're coming up short. Because it's shame. I see a lot of shame and guilt among people that know me and know that I am being abused by the devil. And they're sitting pretty. The people, because, I don't know, Jesus was grabbed and horribly crucified, wasn't he? This is just a horrible thing, isn't it? Just like Jesus was attacked, remember? He was grabbed by the Romans and put before Pontius Pilate and judged by the governor, and then he was sent to King Herod, who is now like, we're going to go and kill that guy. Just like that same killing energy, the same wanting to enslave me. So when you have got Christ consciousness, because that's what it is, Buddha mind, Christ consciousness, up on the higher levels of the scale of human consciousness, because the darkness hates you. It's pure hatred and jealousy. People who are low on the scale of human consciousness have enormous jealousy to people of the light who did the work. who work their ass off and got their consciousness up so high that organized darkness does recognize me, Bobby Burrows, as an angel. And that's why I'm attacked as an angelic. Because I'm telling you the truth over and over. Every day I tell you the truth. And you can see it. How many other people do you see on YouTube who are attacked by demonic forces every day when they're giving you spiritual advice? Well, if you find them, then you know you got an authentic person. You can go back 6 months. Every one of my videos, I'm always attacked. And I always go and send you to David R. Hawkins, Transcending the Levels of Consciousness. Because he speaks English, he's American, he's a psychiatrist, so he's scientific. And he went through all that spirituality on his own. And when he's doing his lectures on YouTube, David R. Hawkins, he's a grandpa. And, he looks at you all as his grandchildren, and he laughs at your grandchildren. And sometimes you say stupid things, sometimes you're nasty. But most of the people that go see David R. Hawkins are really, really good students that come up with really good questions. Questions that you would think, gee, if he didn't say it, I'm going to come up with that question. Anyways, this is how it goes. It's just that, I've been under attack for 6 years. Because why did they come to me 6 years? The answer is over and over again, Harvest Time, and you can go and see Aaron Abke, A-B-K-E, on YouTube and look up Harvest Time, because he's got so much good stuff. So another good place on the internet to go, because you need to learn all that stuff about Law of One. You need to learn that, and then you can go over to find all the stuff on A Course in Miracles and study all that. Anyways, get cracking. And if you're not a bookworm, then just go with one thing. Be kind to all sentient beings and assume that farm pigs are sentient. As sentient as your pet, your loved pet. And maybe more so these days. Maybe as much as a small child that just can't speak English. I don't know, the most horrific thing happened to me the other day. I was crossing the freeway and there was one of those great big transport trucks. And the back trailer was for live animals. And as it turned the corner and it went up Dawson Road, I looked through the vents and I saw the whole trailer was full of pigs. And they were all crunched down quietly. Those pigs are going to be used for baconators. I don't know. It's the most horrific. No, it's sad. It's great sadness. It's incredible, great sadness to see those live animals as lovable, yes, as lovable as your pets, as lovable as your children, not as lovable as many of you. Because you put yourselves up on, a pedestal that, only a human is, fit to be king on Sunday dinner where you have your roast beast. Anyways, meat eating is definitely a no-no when it comes to higher consciousness. So if you're still eating meat, then, I'm just going to mark you down as you're never going to go to 5D Earth, and you've decided to be so stubborn on this point that you're not willing to give up meat for, just the story that everyone on the internet has been talking about since, let's go to 1969 in the song The Age of Aquarius by the Fifth Dimension. So if 50 years later you still haven't figured out that this is a change from the age of Pisces to the age of Aquarius, then you're the stupidest, fucking most ignorant devil there is. And whatever happens to you, you ain't coming with us to 5D Earth, so fuck you, asshole. Stupid asshole. Beyond stupid, blue-pilled, stupid fucking devil. Playing a king rat game. So many of you. If you don't know King Rat, it was a movie, and it's about what happens when you're a big fish in a small pond, and you can sit on your laurels, and nothing ever changes because you do Groundhog Day every day with your business. Every day is business, 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 Groundhog Day, Groundhog Day, Groundhog Day, the same thing over and over again. And David R. Hawkins of Consciousness Research said if you live a lifetime where you do Groundhog Day, at best, in a whole lifetime, you'll move 4 points. 4 points on a scale that goes from 1 to 1,000. So how many lifetimes is it going to get for you to get to They get from 203, let's say, to 1,000. You got to do the math. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Anyways, it's over and over again, and we ain't going to reincarnate and reincarnate because it's harvest time now. Because we're not going to let you do Mr. Dithers as if you're Paul Martin of Liberal Party of Canada, Prime Minister of never making a decision. You need to make a decision. This is real life. You need to listen to that Eminem. Lose yourself. Listen to that song and put it on repeat. If you're watching it on YouTube, in the upper right corner, there's a little star. Click on that, and you can click on loop video. And do that. Because you really need to light a fire under your own ass right now. You gotta say, what was Marianne Williamson telling us 25 years ago? What are we really afraid of? And she said, what we're really afraid of is not that we're stupid or that we're ugly. We're afraid that we're brilliant, beautiful beings of light. That's what she said we're afraid of. We're afraid to shine because of our society is just told us and beaten us up and forced us to learn a bunch of lies because all that government school is a pack of lies. So much lies. So, when you have force-fed lies, I don't know, it really doesn't I don't know. It makes you a dumb sheeple with, a fluoridated, what do they call that, pineal gland. The fluoride stare. You're an alcoholic. You're dumb. You spend all your time reading glamour magazines and getting your hair done. When's the next time? I don't know. You go to see the dentist once a month to get your teeth polished. You'll never wear the same dress twice. One time, and then it's got to be sold on Kijiji. I can't be seen because that's the way you are. You're the rich housewives of Beverly Hills. You're an alcoholic Karen. And everybody knows what those Karens are. White women that are alcoholic and rich, and they're the things that in the Roddy Piper movie, they live. Those are the ones that Roddy Piper looks at and says, those things, they live, but they're not alive. They don't have a heart. They're heartless, cruel archons. And they're real, and they're the ones that torture me all the time. Those are people who are impossibly devilish. Anyways, that's the way it is.